Hey y'all, and welcome to the Sorry Not Sorry Generation podcast, where we bring you a not so healthy dose of humor and reality as we get our hands dirty with some serious nostalgia and question everything.
Let's dive in.
Hi, it's Misty.
Hey guys, it's Ani. Tune in for some more stupid werewolf shit.
I mean, to be fair, we didn't get any werewolf shit in the last one.
No, we just got
here
some
for werewolf shit because we are watching New Moon this time, and
cue everyone screaming at Taylor Lautner taking his shirt off every 5 minutes.
I mean, it's a lot better than watching Robert Pattinson take his shirt off once.
Yes.
So,
yes.
like, leaps and bounds better because, and Taylor Lautner in this, at least he doesn't wear body glitter. Like, there's no body glitter
he's just built dark-skinned big wolf boy.
And you know what? That's much better to look at than very pale, skinny vampire man. So, because New Moon is a very good movie. Like, New Moon wasn't like the most interesting book, but it is very good movie.
It's fan service. New Moon is nothing but fan service.
Oh yeah, of course it is. But it's still much better visually appealing than the other ones.
Yes.
So, because not that any of them are great. Like, being like the better of like the shitty movies.
The best scene in the whole series was an eclipse, and it didn't even come out right in the movie.
Which scene?
When we reminisce with Jasper about the Civil War.
Yeah.
And the baby armies.
Yeah.
Those battle scenes, I'm just like, oh, these are great.
Yeah.
And then they fucked up in the movies.
Yeah, well, they fucked up everything in the movies, yes, so let's be honest. But yeah, no, the just Jasper. Just Jasper's great. He was always my favorite, though. I mean, he's from the freaking Civil War. That's really cool. Granted, definitely the wrong side of the Civil War. Like, let's be clear. He is definitely from the wrong side of the Civil War. However, very hot vampire man of several centuries.
Just to be clear, what is the wrong side of the Civil War since you are from Texas?
The South.
Okay.
You are from Texas. Is the wrong side of the Civil War. Zero question. I am not from Texas. You take that blasphemy back. You burn it. I am from Oregon.
That's
which
right.
Is
you are
north.
From Oregon, but you spent how many years in Texas?
That does not fucking matter. When have I ever agreed with anything Texas has ever done? Like,
this
let's
is
be
fair.
honest.
This is very fair.
I have never agreed with Texas on almost any level. Like, no.
And you're right.
Jasper is also from Texas, okay? He is from Texas. I am not. I am a northern person. Thank you.
You're a Yankee.
Yes, and I will die that way. Thank you very much.
I will die that way.
I will go down with that northern ship, thank you. Because definitely there was only one good side to that war, and it was not the South. For the record.
I'll give you that.
Oh, God. Okay.
Oh, my God. Where was it? Someone sent me something about Florida, and I can't find it. Oh, here it goes. Florida man breaks into house, shaves the cat's head, and leaves without stealing anything. I'm about to show you this picture because I would find this fucker and just like chase him down.
Why? Aww. I'd beat the shit out of him.
Right?
That's so mean. Why would you do that?
Florida.
That's so fucking. I don't like to see a motherfucker try to touch my cats.
I love to see a motherfucker try to get close to you.
Yeah, okay, that's true. That's true. I take great pride in that fact. Thank you very much. I mean, first of all, you're not getting past my mom, just like as a whole. You're not.
No.
She will fuck you up. Zero hesitation.
Woman's been in the Air Force or the Army?
She's in the National Guard.
Oh, I thought she was in the Army. Never mind. Whatever. She's got some military training. I don't want to fuck with her.
Yeah. Half of the weaponry in this house was picked out by my mom because, yeah. So, like, we have weapons on literally every wall of the house. And for the record, it's all swords and knives and bows and arrows.
Yeah. Speaking of, is the bow and arrow behind you? Is that Like, can you actually shoot from it, or is it just like for display?
A little bit of both. The string that's on it isn't meant for um it's not meant for if I actually wanted to hurt somebody with it.
Gotcha.
It'll go back. Like if I had like I don't have arrows long enough for it because it's a massive
Yeah, it's a
longbow.
big bow.
But if I had one, I could pull it back and shoot it because I have short bows.
Got it.
Short. No, let me stand corrected. I have short arrows, and I have shot them out of the longbow. I just can't pull them back very far, just
Got it.
because of the fact that they're too
Yeah.
short. But I have fired them out of it, and it is functional. It was made for the purpose of being functional, but also being like a cosplay piece at the same
Nice.
time.
Okay.
So because it's made out of PVC pipe and
Oh.
the people who make it, it's an Etsy shop that makes it. Um, and you can use them, and the string on it is it's fine, but it's not really a bow and arrow type string. I could
Got it.
replace it without any issues, and it would be a fully functional one if I got longer arrows too. So, but I did fire like the practice arrows because my practice arrows they're short, but they also have like a rubber tip to them, so I could fire them, and I fired them down the hallway just to see if it worked, and it definitely works. So, because I did almost break some things, but it does work. So, but everything in the house is functional, like weaponry wise. Like all the swords are like they're not sharp as if I was to go into like combat with them, but they are sharp enough that they will function if I swing it at you. So,
I
um,
have my favorite piece that I have. Like, I have swords in the attic and like my pirate dagger and everything, but my favorite piece that I want to find more of is my finger claw. To just
oh
put it over
yeah,
your finger and it's just this lovely metal claw. But I
hmm
want to find one for each finger and turn it into like a legit like metal
yeah,
claw.
yeah. That's really. I've seen ones where they're attached to a chain that you wear like around your wrist, and you can just like wear the whole claw, and it's just like yeah, like so your whole hand is just
Like,
like
I gotta like
like
go on
claw.
like eBay or something and find the rest of these.
Yeah, it's really, really cool. I'd love to, like, just wear them just, like, on a general basis, but I don't know if you could actually accomplish anything throughout the day while wearing them.
I don't think
So,
so. I don't
probably
think so.
not, but
And
it would be
especially having
fun.
these nails, like,
Oh,
they
yeah,
kind of
no.
get in the way.
Yeah, a little bit, a little bit. The, I have many I have 1, 2, 3 I have 4 weapons just in this room, so there's there's a lot, and that's just this room, and it is one of the lesser decorated with weaponry rooms,
I have
so
none. All my weapons are in the attic, except for my finger claw, which is oh no, I also have my big like hunting knife.
yeah.
Even though I don't go hunting, I have nothing to do with hunting. I just have a giant hunting knife that was gifted to me with my name engraved on it.
Well, that's cool. That way your name is the last thing somebody sees.
Mm.
Hmm, I like that. But yeah, we uh we have a lot of weapons in all honesty, but I like them. I like to collect them. So I have some that are cosplay pieces or like made to look like cosplay pieces and stuff like that. But every like knife or sword, which is the vast majority of what we have are knives, swords, daggers, things like that. They're not most of them aren't sharp enough for like the purposes of combat. Some of them are, but not all of them. But especially the ones you get at like a convention or whatever. But a couple of them are, and those are the ones that we keep in like very specific places. So
My finger
like
claw is really sharp.
good.
It can draw blood.
E-
Do you want me to show you? Not drawing the
mm.
blood, but just do you want me to show you the finger claw?
I'm just like, obviously not. No. Go fucking kidnap somebody off the street, drag them in front of the camera, watch this. Just watch you murder someone you just found off the street. Like, yeah, no, I don't really want to watch that. Thanks.
But
But
why?
I mean, and look, on a different day when we're not recording the podcast, sure, that's fine. However, we have shirtless werewolf men to watch. Now, if you would like to go show me your finger claw, I'm down to that. No murdering people.
Let-
It's gonna take you so long to bury the body. Okay. Like we just don't have time for that.
You're
But I
right.
do have absolute time to look at your awesome murderous finger claw.
Okay.
Show
So
me your murder weapon.
here is the big old knife,
Oh, okay. Yes.
and it's serrated. Oh,
Ooh.
motherfucking filter.
This filter is doing you more harm than good. Very nice.
And
Yeah,
then
that fucks somebody up.
There's,
Ooh.
can you see it? There's my name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aw.
So there's that knife. And then
Ooh. Oh shit.
I know, I love this thing.
So long. Holy
Look at
shit.
that.
That is a man, that what comes off like an inch, 2 inches off your fingertip.
Yeah.
Jeez. All right.
I want a
Like,
whole hand of these.
yeah. You could have like some Freddy Krueger style nights like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do
Mm-hmm.
not scratch yourself. Do not. Do not make yourself bleed
I won't.
because look,
I
like if you want to do it to somebody else, like that's fine. That's whatever. We could get rid of the bodies, that's fine, but not yourself.
that's fine. I don't want to bleed myself.
That's good. No trying to use it to give yourself another
It's
piercing.
5.5 inches long.
Wow. Jesus. All right. Yeah, you could really fuck somebody up with that thing. That would be fun. That would you need a
Right.
whole hand of them.
I'm already looking for more. Like I said, I've
Where
been
did
gonna
you
do it. Like I originally got it at the Highland Games
Oh,
years
okay.
ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it years. Yeah, Highland Game. I got this. So like a bunch of people playing. You know, they're doing their Scottish games and shit, and I'm just in one of the hangars. I'm like, oh look, fairy stuff, knives.
Hell yeah. Going to things like that, though, the knives and the weaponry are the best part because we always go to like Renaissance festivals and conventions and things like that, and just bring home just like more weapons than we possibly need or have space for.
Right?
Yeah. All right. So, is there anything you're looking forward to with watching New Moon, or anything you're not looking forward to watching New Moon?
I am not looking forward to this depression spiral that could be so easily avoided.
Yeah. Okay. I wasn't thinking that, but you're definitely right. Is her like 6 month long depression binger isn't is not fun on any level.
No.
I'm not looking forward to any of the scenes that actually that actually take place in Italy, like the Voltaire
Oh
scenes, the
yeah.
Voltaire scenes. Yeah, like once like Jacob was just so much better for her than Edward is. Edward is a
Jacob
toxic
is
son of a
not
bitch.
toxic.
Yeah, like Jacob is not toxic, but him getting involved, like Bella is toxic to Jacob.
Yes, she is.
Absolutely.
Yes, she fucking is.
And her literally chasing visions of seeing Edward, like what the fuck made Stephanie Meyer think that was a good thing to put in here?
Yes,
Like,
we're totally gonna be harping up mental illness.
yeah, like let's
Like it's
not
a
only
good
harp
thing.
yeah, like let's say that it's a good thing in that she's just so in love, she's seeing things. Like and she's seeing she's literally seeing the person she was in a toxic relationship with who ditched her in the woods. We'll get to that. But he ditched her in the fucking woods. Okay.
Dude,
Okay.
I think I found all of them. I now have 3 in my cart. I have the dragon, so I
Okay.
found the wolf, the eagle, and the skull.
All right. So that's 4 in total. Is there one for the thumb?
I don't know if there's one for the thumb. Uh, it doesn't look like. I mean, there's one that is a dragon tail.
Okay. Holy lord. Okay.
It's a knife on a knife.
It is a knife. It is a knife that is placed above a second knife. That is okay. Sure.
I mean, I could get that one and just wear it on my fucking thumb.
You think it would fit like on your thumb?
Oh yeah,
I don't know how long it is.
they will all fit on my fingers. Like they'll be loose on my fingers, which is why I have to like chain them all together.
Yeah.
But that's just I got
Yeah,
the dragon
shit.
head, the dragon tail. Yeah.
Yeah. Especially if you wear them on your index and your thumb. That way your
Mm-hmm.
dragon head and your dragon thumb are together. That'd be cool.
And don't mind us, folks, just talking about weapons.
But we like our weapons. Is that a piano behind you?
Yes.
Okay. I like it.
Meow, don't even start.
All right, let's watch New Moon. Figured we'd get probably halfway through it,
All
knowing
right,
us.
here we go.
All right. The music in the second movie wasn't nearly as good as the first movie.
I started watching Umbrella Academy, and oh my god, is the music amazing!
Oh, it is. It's a good show. I really like that show. The first time I saw the opening scene of this movie, it was because it was bootlegged from one of my classmates who went in and recorded it like with a little a camcorder, and she wanted to show it to everybody in our classroom like the next day, but she didn't capture any sound.
Oh no, all you're seeing is just New
It was
Moon.
just really shitty video.
Violent Delights. Violent Delights. She's such a masochist.
She is, and like right off the bat, she like hallucinates. She's hallucinating the field, so that she walks into in the
And
first
Italy that
scene.
she's never been to.
Yeah, in all honesty. Oh, and she's
Who the fuck is
hallucinating.
that? Oh, it's her grandma. Sorry.
Yeah, she hallucinates her grandmother to like right off the bat. But also, I think it's actually her, like old version of her. Oh, and then Edward's like creeping up on her like a creepy
Are you gonna
fucker.
attack Gran?
Because like Bella sees this old woman and asks if that's her grandmother, but it's her. Like it's an
Yeah, that's an old version of her. Oh yeah, that's her. She's miming her.
yeah.
Forgot about that.
So she's hallucinating herself at an old age with a really young dude. So that a role reversal basically.
She's imagining herself because Edward doesn't want to turn her, so it's gonna be
Yeah.
her at
But
9.
like yeah, like she's imagining herself like in Edward's pedophile phase where it would look like if she was really old and he's really young, where in
And
reality
look,
he's really old, she's
it's
really
she's in front
young.
of a mirror, so he's got no reflection.
Which is false. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Vampire legend states the vampires didn't show up in mirrors, but that's because old school mirrors had silver lining in the back. And they don't
Yes.
anymore. So they would be able to see themselves in.
Yeah, here's a camera to document your depressive spiral for the next 6
no,
months.
no kidding.
It's the second movie and she's already senior year.
Mm-hmm. She was a junior in her last one.
Yes, and it's just kind of throwing me off. So I'm like, we got 2 more books to go.
Yeah. In all honesty, they really could have just started this movie
In high school, like in 9th grade.
Yeah. Well, no, that would have been even creepier because she would have been like 14, 15. Like, let's not make Billy younger.
Okay, consenting adult at 19. So freshman in
Consenting adult
college.
at 25.
Even then, she'd be boring.
Out of the photo. Is Edward's car parking in like 4 spots at once?
Is it the family car? Because in the first car, he had his little Volvo hatchback. Now we got his Volvo SUV.
Yeah. See, I'm really sure he's parked over many. You can see the parking lines.
Yeah,
Just
because
and the
everyone's
car
parked
behind
parallel
him.
and he's parked horizontal.
He's parked in like 3 parking spots. Were you also at 17 having a crisis, thinking you were super old?
Right? Like I'm 18. No, wait. 17? 18? How old is she?
7. She's turning 18.
Okay.
They look so uncomfortable.
I
Every time
know,
they
like
touch.
it's you.
They were
it's
dating
official,
in real
it's
life.
official. You're dating. Like, why is this so awkward between you two? Like, she looks physically uncomfortable every time she's turned on.
Pretty much. She looks uncomfortable every time she moves. Like, let's be honest. Isn't in the books like at Jacob's car just like total piece of shit? I think it's like a piece of shit in the books. Like it runs.
I don't remember him
but,
having a car. I only remember him having a bike.
well, no, yeah, they get a bike together, but I feel like at some point he has a
Car?
car. Yeah. It would make sense if he like why would they sell the car that Bella has if they didn't have one?
Fair.
Oh, Jacob just glaring at Edward over the
The
shoulder.
side eye. Yes. You give me everything just by breathing. You mean
Yeah.
I give you a hard on because I smell good?
First scene Jasper's in, okay? He's wearing a tie. He's went into high school wearing jeans and a tie. She said that so like, she says, "Jasper, don't do the mood control thing," just shouting it in an audience of people too, and it's just like, secrecy is not a thing at all.
They clearly do not care about their secret getting out. Because
Yeah,
who's
and
gonna believe
also,
her?
like, Jasper, I love Jasper, I really do, but everything about him in this movie is weird because he's just standing there super creepily in the back. He's wearing a button-up
Smoldering
long sleeve
eyes.
yeah, he's wearing a button-up long sleeve shirt with a tie and jeans, dirty jeans, by the way, and then he just immediately after Alice gives, like, the present to Bella and wants her to go to the party, just uses his powers on her. And it's just like right off the bat, no hesitation. He's just like, I'm going to manipulate you. And it's just like, that should just tell you what kind of family this is right off the bat. It's just like Edward's a psycho, like gaslighting, like toxic boyfriend. And then his brother just manipulates you into whatever he wants you to do. And
Right?
then anything he can't manipulate you into do, Alice has already talked you into.
Because
And
she's
it's just
already
like,
foreseen it.
yeah, and it's just like I just feel like every one of them is a new layer of toxic, starting with Edward, then moving on to Alice. And as much as I liked Alice, it's just like, you're a very manipulative person, in all honesty. But in all honesty, Bella's a disaster, so why not put them together?
I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah, like she's an absolute train wreck as a person.
So uncomfortable that you have such strong hearing. You heard everything that was said, bro.
Well, my problem is like the teacher turns around and wants you to recite the last couple of lines just to prove you were listening. Even if I'd have been listening, I couldn't do that. I could just turn around and start reciting like Romeo and Juliet lines at you, and I'm just like, no, why? Let alone many of them.
The look of disgruntled annoyance on that teacher going, "Damn kid showed me up."
It's pretty much the way all my teachers look. That is a horribly ugly painting.
Right there. Right there, there's Carlo.
It's really weird to me the level of difference in the art from the bottom half of that photo, or like the painting to the top half of the painting, because the
Look at
bottom half is
Grindelwald.
like the bottom one is part of the painting is very like old school, like Renaissance style, but above just looks like a painted photograph. Like there is such weird difference.
And I love how we have Grindelwald and I would he he's the white angel in Good Omens, isn't he? That
No,
one?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Michael
What the fuck is?
Sheen.
Yeah, there you go. I forget that that's who that is.
Relax, girl. I can't even think about someone hurting you.
Lord.
The only thing that can hurt me is you. Really? Really? You are the one that leaves her.
Yeah, yeah, so he does.
Yeah, yeah, lunatic vampire will come after me one day. It's fine.
Yeah. It's like it's fine that Victoria's gonna come after me one day.
How does she protect you, dude? Like, she's a walking target.
No shit. They do nothing to protect this girl from literally anyone
She
at
is a
all.
walking target. Everyone who smells her, who gets a whiff of her scent, is like, I want a piece of that.
Yeah, and I don't know why, because Jesus.
I love how
The
Rosalie's
Mrs.
just like, yeah, I dressed up for you, bitch.
Esme dye her hair since the last movie?
Esme?
Yeah.
I think so. It looks a lot more
Blonde?
russet. Rosalie, fucking take it.
I hated Rosalie
I
when
hate
I
her
read
when
the
I first
book.
read it, and then when I reread it, I'm like, oh, I get it. I
Yeah.
get her. It's just like in
Exact
Court
same
of Thorns
way.
and Roses. Like a lot of people don't like Nesta, but
Yeah.
I love Nesta. I'm like, girl, I get you. I get you.
Yeah.
And paper cut. Paper cut. Watch everyone just go, it's cocaine. Ah, there he goes.
Why
Why
does
does
she
he just
hold
fucking hold it up and be like, look, everybody, I'm bleeding into a room full of vampires? Like, I'm bleeding. Look.
like a dumbass?
Fucking
Like she
dumbass.
gets a paper cut, and whose first instinct isn't to cover it? No, she's and also no paper cut bleeds enough that it's dripping all over the floor like that.
Like,
Also, you
Jasper.
broke the piano.
Jasper's like, I smell it. I want it.
The dumbest fucking thing on the planet too was Edward shoved her back. into
Into more
fucking
glass!
glass.
Into more fucking glass, so she's
He
bleeding
shoved her
more!
into glass, and it's just like, why?
It's like, now she's bleeding even more. Like, you just made it worse.
Yeah. And Edward looks like in so much pain as like she's sitting there bleeding everywhere. It's like, yeah, because you're the one who did that, dumbass.
Earth to Edward.
He looks like such an asshole in these scenes too.
Because he
He's
is
got like
one.
this condescending look all over his face. Why do they have so many religious things all over their house? Trying to
To try to
torture
look
themselves.
normal? I don't know.
Nobody has those images. Why is she holding him? Like she's got her hand like all
From
on
this
his
angle, it looks like it's on. Okay, it's on his waist, but from that angle, it looks like it's on his dick. I'm like, you're trying to bang his son, like, not him.
Yeah. Like she talks about and kind of mocks Carlisle for the idea that his soul is like damned. Carlisle is the son of a priest, and he himself was going like what was on that track too. Like so
He was
that's
projecting
probably pretty
priesthood. No,
important to
he's
him.
damned.
Yeah, and it's just like that's probably pretty important to him. Like his eternal soul is something that's important to him. So like kind of talking bullshit to him about it is, kind of rude. Also, isn't just burning the bloody bandages gonna spread the smell of the blood? Like just saying.
I mean, asking the real questions here.
Yeah, like he like he stitches her up. First of all, the dumbest thing on the fucking planet is she gets a paper cut. Her paper cut is not enough that it should be dripping all down her hand and onto the floor and like all that other stuff because
It's on
it's
her
just
finger. It's not anywhere near a major artery.
yeah, and it's just like and it's not even that big, but yet it's spilling all over the floor. Then Edward's first instinct is to shove her into glass. What kind of dumbass motherfucker? First of all, he's extraordinarily strong, so just shoving her in general, he's lucky he didn't break her right then and there. I would be highly surprised if she didn't have like serious bruising from just wherever his hand was as he shoves her. Then into the air. Like it's not like he just shoved her back.
Yeah,
He
she
shoves her
catches air.
into the air
She
and
catches air.
slams into a wall, crashes onto a table full of glass, and then starts to bleed. And they're all looking at her, and it's just like, what did you think was going to happen? You're lucky she's not dead. You literally picked this girl up, threw her into a wall. Like, what did you think was going to happen? Like the force enough to do that is enough to break a bone. Like that's let's just be completely honest. So then she's over there bleeding far more than she would have been a minute ago. All she would have had to do was walk out the door and it would have been fine. Just
It
it would have
just
been absolutely fine.
like he could have
And
also just picked her up and like ran her out of there. It would have
yeah,
been a
and
lot
it's well,
faster.
I don't know if at this point his control is quite that good,
Fair enough.
but Carlisle and Rosalie have the same level of control. Like, so either of them could have just escorted Bella out. And, like, the only person who went to actually stop Jasper is
Is
Emmett.
Ala? Oh yeah.
Well, Emmett grabbed him because he went to go past them, and then Alice like stood in front of him. But Emmett's the only one who actually reached for him, except for Edward when they got into like the actual fight. But Rosalie, Carlisle, and Esme, and for the most part, Alice are just standing there doing nothing,
Right?
and it's just like really. First of all, Alice, that's absolutely your husband. But at the same time, too, okay, I have a bigger problem with this. I have a bigger problem with all of it. Jasper is an empath and he feels other people's feelings. So the moment there's blood, he feels the hunger of every vampire in that room. So, like, of course he flips the fuck out. He's not dealing with his own hunger. He's dealing with the hunger of like 6 vampires at once. Like,
Yeah.
I'd freak out too. Like, you can't blame that on him. Like, of course he has the worst control because he has to deal with his own control and then everybody else's control on top of that. Like, it doesn't matter how good Carlisle and Rosalie's control is. He still has to deal with the other ones. Like, yeah, of course he's gonna freak the fuck out.
Are you crying, Edward?
Edward can't cry,
I know, but he looks like he's
which
trying
is
to.
interesting because he can, according to in book 4, he can do other things. So,
Like rip her downstairs apart to get the baby out.
wasn't what I was referring to. I was referring to other bodily functions actually. But yeah,
Kiss me after I've bled all over you. While your control is wonky. I mean, adrenaline rush. I get it, but also look at how like uncomfortable this boy is.
Look how uncomfortable they both are. They're both so uncomfortable all the time. It's the most
Like he
awkward
looks like he's
humans.
about to like fucking like cry. Like I don't want to kiss you. Like then don't.
Yeah. He looks like he's suffering on many levels. Doesn't he says I love you to her, but
In the
he's
most
gonna
like
ditch her in the
he's
woods
gonna
like a
fucking
couple
look at
days later. He gonna ditch her in the woods. Like, oh yeah, I'll real love you.
the look
Here,
on his face
go get
though.
eaten by a
The look on his
bear.
face when he was like when he says I love you is like fuck. I don't want you to love me.
Mm. It's really weird that she just like
Cropped
folds the
herself
photos
out.
and yeah.
Here's a scrapbook of my boyfriend, mom. None of me, just him.
Yeah.
What are you doing in her room, bro? I mean, I know it's a thing, but
Like
still.
he steals all her shit. Like he steals all of the photos of himself. Like he steals all of the shit that references him or that has an and like
Yeah, so it's like
granted,
he never existed. It's like she has
yeah.
memories, unless you plan to wipe her memories.
Like literally everybody in that town's met you, bud. Like I don't know what to tell you, but everybody there knows you exist.
Like y'all are dating. Why are you so like hesitant around each other? Like it
Honestly,
is
it's just
official.
like I don't know. They're the most just awkward people on the planet.
We're getting ready to ditch. No, no, honey, you're not going with. When you say we, I mean the Cullens.
Yeah. Like why is her first thought when he's like we have to leave Forks? Why is her first thought that she's going with them?
Wow.
He just
Like do people not understand, men or women? Does no one understand that when you just tell them the truth,
yeah,
they
honestly.
like the other person is a rational, even if they're fucking bipolar and off their meds, they are still rational people. Like they want explanations.
Yeah. And like he's just
Give me something I
the
can
whole
wrap my
time.
mind around. I'd be like, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
I'm
And
not happy about it, but I get it.
the whole time they're in the woods and he's just like I don't want you anymore. I don't love you anymore. And it's just like all that. It's just like you're just straight lying to her
All you
face. You
need to
told her
tell,
you loved her literally yesterday.
yeah, and all you have to
Like
do is listen. We
and
have to go away. Like
yesterday
we're getting a lot of attention.
yesterday you were telling her that like she was like the reason you were still alive and like you wanted her to like keep breathing and that was the only reason he was happy and then
And
just
now
today
you're ripping
now
her
he's
heart
just
out
like
with a bullshit explanation, and you
you
know she's gonna do something stupid and reckless.
and for the record you walked this girl into the woods to ditch her. You walked into the what? This girl is notoriously a clumsy person, and you're like, "Let's walk her alone into the woods so that I may leave her there to get eaten by a bear or a werewolf, which he knows are real."
You're not good for me.
That's a ooh, that's such a mean ass thing to say. I mean,
And she's like, you
technically,
can see her
he's the one
physically
who's not
have
good.
like a panic attack.
Yeah. It's like technically he's the one who's not good for her. And he's standing there with just like the most
Goodbye.
nonchalant expression on his face. It's just like, yeah, no, no, thank you.
Like stupid macho man, like alpha male bullshit is key right here. It's like
He is
I
not
know
an
what's
alpha
best.
male. He is a
He's
toxic
trying to
ass.
be because he's like I know
Yeah.
what's best for you and you
He's a
don't. It's like
toxic beta at best.
he's an
He's
omega.
so controlling. No, Omega are nice. And the worst thing is like at some point we learned that he watched her like run after him or whatever. It's like so you know she was getting progressively more lost into into these woods with wildlife and all kinds of things. Like before GPSs on cell phones, like this girl cannot find her way out of these woods you walked her
She's gonna
into.
find her way out and then hit the street and then probably get hit by a car.
Yeah, like come
Like
on
that's
now.
her luck.
And that's if she doesn't get eaten by a bear or a wolf or something
That
first.
too.
Like, you just leave her alone in the middle of the woods. I don't care how shitty of him. I don't care if he just broke up with her or not. You don't just ditch somebody in the middle of the woods. Come on now. It's such an uncomfortable scene to watch, too, because it's just so awkward. Then again, all of their scenes are so awkward.
And that's a lovely commercial break.
Like, he decides for her own safety that he wants to walk, like he wants to break up with her. So he walks her into the woods and then they just keep going. And then he just starts lying to her and he's like, I don't love you. I don't want to be with you
You're
anymore.
not good for
And
me.
and instead of just breaking up with her like a normal goddamn person, he's just like, "No, we're fucking moving because I don't love you anymore." And it's just like, "What the hell?" So you couldn't have just like, even if you didn't want to be with her anymore, like you're leaving just fucking town just because you don't like her anymore.
Right?
Okay. And then like your other option would have been if you were worried about her, like in her safety, like long distance maybe, like if you guys needed to leave or wanted to leave or whatever, you could have gone like the long distance route and then maybe just broke up with her after y'all left. But the worst, it's not even an option that was on the table, was to
Yeah.
take this girl, walk her into the woods and leave her there. That was not an option that was on the table. That was something he created. Like, let's do this. What is the worst place I can leave a teenage girl alone by herself? Like, yeah, it's not like in the previous book that he saved her from getting attacked or anything like that. No. So let's just leave her alone in a potentially very dangerous area. Like, I assume there's logic there. If there is, I don't know what it is. And now we have to go through the depression months.
Like it was so much easier to read them because I could just flip. It was just one,
Yeah.
page.
Yeah.
One page. December, he's not here.
Yeah.
Flip to the next page. January, he's still not here. Like,
Yep. And then just and of course she falls when she's out here in the woods. Like he absolutely knew she would because she's the clumsiest fucking person on the planet. And then she just lays down to die. Like she just lays on the floor of the woods because she's like, I'm done.
I'm giving up now.
It's like, what if nobody had found her? What if a bear had eaten her? And that's how he finds out she dies because he fucking ditched her in the woods and a bear ate her. So it's like, yeah, Edward, she was fine until you fucking ditched her in the woods. And we encounter our first werewolf. He was the only werewolf at the time.
What? Jacob?
Sam.
Sam. That's
No,
right.
Sam.
Sam was the one that gave the scar to his mate, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Unintentionally, I know, but still.
Yes. Like, wouldn't you be so creeped out, like as the dad, like your daughter goes missing and like the family of her boyfriend just leaves town the same day.
Right?
Like that's so weird.
And no one suspects it except for the Quaalude tribe.
Yeah. And it's just like,
Like, Sam's
isn't
fucking
that
hot.
that's fair. They all are, though. Like, let's be honest.
Jacob's a baby with his long hair, but once he cuts it, he's hot.
I hear the wig gave them a lot of troubles while they were filming.
Mm, fair.
Mm.
October. It begins.
Oh.
What
And
is
then she
it?
just
Who's in her backyard? Are they search? Oh no, is that the
yeah,
backyard or the
honestly,
front
like
yard? Like, where are they?
oh, they're trick or
The
treaters.
trick or treaters. It looks like her fucking backyard. Who? What?
Yeah, it doesn't her window face like the side yard or something like that? They just rearranged the layout of the house for this scene.
All right, we're on our next spiral. Where are we at now? November.
We've only done one rotation, so we've only gotten through the
1
1 month
month.
so far.
1 month, one rotation. Go help Charlie with the leaves. Come on.
No shit. Get off your
You
ass,
can be
girl.
mindless about it. You can still be a zombie while raking leaves.
Yeah.
Who else can I talk to? I'm lost. You have fucking friends.
You have friends, you have a mom, like, come on. It's like Charlie might not
You can
understand,
even
but
talk
your
to
mom
Charlie.
definitely
Charlie will
would.
at least try.
Yeah, like, Charlie definitely should have gotten her therapy, though. If the breakup wasn't bad enough, like, getting, like, lost and left in the woods definitely is something you should have had therapy over. Your boyfriend breaks up with you by ditching you in the woods and you have to get rescued by a wolf. Like, that's therapy worthy. Especially because she screams every single night. Like, she
Yeah,
screams
I
every
would
night.
fucking I would demand that my kid go to therapy. Like, you're
Yeah.
still my kid. I am gonna like, you need help. You're screaming at night. Like,
Yeah, like,
look
first couple of
look at
days.
Charlie. He's like, it's like he's dealing with a newborn every
Yeah.
hours to like go feed her.
Yeah. Just, like, after the first, like, week, and if it was still happening, I would definitely just get her therapy. Like, you just need therapy, girl. But she needs a lot of therapy for a lot of different reasons.
He's just kicking her out now. It's like, you're leaving. I can't take this anymore.
Honestly. Yeah, I would.
You know he's not coming back, and you're just gonna sit there and mope around forever.
She'll live in Forks forever just waiting for him to come back.
No, you don't. You don't see them. Go see your friends. I still see them. No, you don't.
How does he believe that? She's like, "I need a girl. I'm gonna go out shopping for a girls' night." And, like, there's no way you should believe that, in all honesty. The way she just says it, just no. Now these scenes where they're in Port Angeles and, like, she gets on the back of the motorcycle are the creepiest fucking scenes. Like, she walks up to, like, a biker dude and she's like, "Yeah, now let's do that."
because because Edward has taught her that when she's in danger, he will come to save her.
Yeah, and it's just like so she hallucinates him instead since he's not there.
Yeah.
Like, this
So
is a
she thinks
very
like, if I can, if I put myself in a dangerous situation, he'll show up. It's
it's
like,
just like, this is somebody who clearly is
as
very
she's,
healthy.
reliving the gang rape scene.
Yeah.
And here he comes with his car, and now she's like, "Oh, biker gang, he'll show up."
It's like, I don't care how upset you are over a breakup, but hallucinating your ex is definitely something that should send up a red flags like in you. I don't care how depressed or sad or whatever you are. Hallucinating your ex-boyfriend in front of you is real fucking weird.
It's
And then
fucking
she goes and
stupid.
like she goes to get on the back of a motorcycle of a dude she doesn't know. Like, Edward was not there. She could have easily just died or so much worse.
Turn around.
It's real weird that he just hallucinates her or she hallucinates him just over and over and over again.
I'll be whoever you want me to be, honey.
Like,
That
I
just
will
says
admit,
rapist.
like, I will admit, like, even when I was like 16 or whatever, 17 reading this, even I thought these were really fucking weird scenes. Like, New Moon was my least favorite book. She fucking insane in this one. And like, just gets on the back of this stranger's bike. There's like a 9 in 10 chance she's going to just be murdered
I love how the guy's like, "Did you
or
say
worse.
something? Never mind, don't talk."
Yeah, and it's just like murdered or worse.
Her poor Jessica though is just like, where the fuck did Bella go?
Yeah, just watching Bella just get on the back of a motorcycle of somebody she doesn't know and then just fucking goes away like some kind of crazy person.
Jessica, what the hell's wrong
Jessica
with you?
asking the right
Right
questions. Like, what
question.
the hell is wrong with you?
Yes, she is insane. You're right, Jessica.
Hmm.
Oh, Jessica, if only you knew that she was dating a psychopath.
Honestly. Honestly, like, I don't honestly care how fucked up you are, but you have to understand that hallucinating your ex-boyfriend as he tells you not to do something, then doing it just so you can hear him tell you more things you shouldn't be doing. I feel like that is the epitome of like the results of Stockholm syndrome. Like, that is prime Stockholm syndrome symptoms, and just like it she got on the back of a motorcycle of some like biker dude who's very lucky that he thought she was so fucking weird that he didn't want anything to do with her after the ride because he could have easily have just done so many terrible things to her. And it's just the fucking stupid, like, these books were written by a very religious woman, and I do not understand why.
In one of the
Like,
largest cults in the world.
why does she put these scenes in there? Like, what in the hell is the point?
We're trying to ram home the idea of no sex before marriage. He can be a complete psychopath, But as long as there's no sex before marriage, then he's a good guy.
Yeah, that was the only stickler in this whole series was that no sex before marriage. Like, you can almost get attacked in an alley by multiple men. You can ride on the back of the motorcycle of a biker dude who you definitely don't know, and you can go and be in a relationship with a dude who is many decades your senior. But like all of that's fine. Just don't have sex before marriage. Like what the fuck?
I saw him. You thought you saw him. Where have you been, loca?
Was it weird that he calls her that? Like that's a Spanish word.
I know.
Like
Did
okay,
she? I forgot that she would.
what?
That she got the bikes. I thought he got the bikes.
Yeah. No, she bought the bikes. She was driving by
The
I
junkyard.
think it was Angela's house actually. No, because they were in a yard
Oh.
and to be like for sale or thrown out or something like that and she stopped by and she knocked on the door and some teenage dude answered it. Somebody's little brother, somebody she knew's little brother answered the door and she bought them from him. I think she spent like her whole savings on them.
When do we start? The kind of friend you want.
Oh yeah.
This is stupid and reckless.
She
Let's
uses
start.
her college fund for this, by the way. Yeah, yeah. She uses her college fund to buy them.
Lola's
And I
really
would be
heavy, and he's just
so
like,
impressed if I
right?
were to watch
I'd be like,
somebody
pants on the
pick up a
floor.
motorcycle. Yeah, pick up a motorcycle off of a truck and then just set it down, no issues. No, I feel like I'm 40 sometimes.
Right?
You are 17, no, 18. You're 18. Mm,
I'm closer to
nope.
40 than you are. Shut up,
The
Bella.
worst part is that you're closer to 40 than you are her age.
That's why I was talking to her,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's really weird to just sit there, that she just sits there and watches him work on the bike. That has to be so boring.
No, you can't influence Jacob. That boy's got his own tribe to influence him and hates him. General paleness and lack of know-how.
I
Oh,
didn't realize paleness factored into how stupid you were. What is that look on your face? What is that look on your face? That countdown timer on your phone about when you're coming to Disney. Yeah, that's gonna be a countdown timer to when I murder you. Uh-huh. You're never gonna get to see Disney World,
I
girl.
give all of my white friends so much shit for being so
Uh-huh.
pale. You go in the sun and you're a red lobster, like you cooked already.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. Like, I got I got a sunburn the other day for taking a 15-minute walk. I was outside for 15 minutes and I got a sunburn.
Tracy's texting me and she's like, it's Mardi Gras today, and she's like, she went to like some little parade in her neighborhood, and she's like, I already have a sunburn.
Mhm.
I'm like, you white people.
Yeah, we burn. We don't tan, we burn. Or in my case, I burn and I freckle.
Look, the whole chassis with no nothing on it, just metal bars. Like, I get that you guys are friends, but you do realize that what you're doing with him is
These are dates.
these are dates. This is boyfriend girlfriend material, like hanging out with your boy while he works on a bike that you bought.
Yeah. I did read like an interview with Stephanie Meyer at one point, and she said she had like the whole end of the series like thought out in her head what would have happened if Edward hadn't come back and Jacob and Bella had stayed together. And I just really kind of wanted her to write that because I find that would be much more interesting.
Like, look how comfortable they are together. There's no like uncomfortableness when
Yeah. Oh, all right. Well, as much as I've enjoyed watching Jacob pine and Bella repetitively deny that
these are
Jacob is
dates.
her, yeah, that these are dates and Jacob is fully her rebound.
Oh,
And yeah, she's gonna break that poor boy. I think we'll.
I mean, I'm just, if I was a shifter like Jacob and someone did that to me, I just like, with that rage and the power that I hold in my body, I just fucking swipe him in the face and be like, get down.
Yeah, there you go.
And be like, okay, you're down. I'm walking away now.
But he loves her.
He is
That look on your face.
is stupid.
He's a stupid 16-year-old boy who's like, this is probably his first love. So, a terrible, terrible choice on his half. But hey, I mean, I feel bad for Jacob more than
I
I do
feel oh
anything.
yeah, I feel bad for him because he's just roped into this and like doesn't know how to get out because because she's so good at being a manipulator.
Oh yeah, she learned from the best though. Like
Did
she
she
learned from
though?
Edward. She
She
learned
didn't
from
learn from Edward. She's still manipulated by him.
That's true. But she manipulates Edward too. But Edward is like the king manipulator, and like he's. I have never encountered somebody who is better at making you feel guilty for being who you are than
Oh,
Edward. I've never encountered a fictional person better than that. I've encountered
okay.
real people better than that.
Okay,
I,
because I have a couple people that have made me feel that way.
Oh yeah, no, like real people, no, but like fictional people, yeah. He's a fictional, immortal 17-year-old, and he's very
He's
good
an
at it.
idiot.
That's the only thing he learned in his 100 years of life is how to manipulate people. But yeah, no, I've definitely met people that are worse than Edward, but fictional people doesn't get much worse than Edward. So
Fair. That's a fair point.
he's an excellent person to go to if you're interested about learning about Stockholm syndrome. So from the victim's point of view, because that's what he'll turn you into. So and then Bella's got some weird psycho codependency shit going on, and Jacob honestly would have just been a lot better on his own if she
He
just
would have
had
been
never.
he would have been so much better if he just was not involved in any way whatsoever. Just go to school, graduate, and leave.
Yeah, that's what he wanted to do too.
But no, he
But
got stuck because of this bitch. Look how many lives she ruined.
oh yeah, I mean that's Bella, the life destroyer, because she just destroys lives left, right, and center. And the
For
worst part
being
is
such
she
a
doesn't
boring
care.
character, not even character, just person, but besides being such a boring person, she's very destructive.
She is, and she doesn't even really do anything. It's a lot of her lack of doing something that makes her really destructive, at least with Jacob. But then she just really destroys Charlie's life like multiple times throughout the series.
She destroys his heart
Oh
multiple
yeah.
times.
Oh yeah. I I feel really bad for Jacob, but at the same time, like this idiot did keep coming back. But Charlie, that's his kid, you know. Like he feels like a sense of responsibility for her, and he wants to be there for her, and he's
Ch-
trying, but she just keeps fucking him over again and again. The worst part is that she doesn't care. Like
Yeah,
she's
she doesn't seem
fully,
to show any
yeah,
sense of remorse or anything. It's just I gotta do this. I want to do it because I want to be with this demented vampire dude.
yeah, and like she is fully willing to let her whole family and everyone she's ever met just think she's dead when she turns into a vampire. She's like, no, it's fine. It's like, what? What is wrong with you? Like,
A lot's wrong with her.
because she's worried about getting old. And like that she's gonna be too old for Edward. Honey, he's 117.
But remember,
117.
she's an 18-year-old. She's like, but I'm gonna get all saggy,
And
as if
you're a
she's as
fucking
if
teenager.
yeah, as if that's gonna happen by the time she's like 25. It's not. Like, come on.
And she's worried about their age gap. Their age gap. He was born in 1917. You were born in 1986.
7.
I think there's yeah, 7. What in the fucking 80s? Like Jesus. There's like 70 something years between you. Like holy shit. Like I think there is an age gap problem, but it's not the one you're thinking of. Though to be fair, Stephanie Meyer's vampires do not gain maturity once they're turned. So at some point she should be worried about outgrowing him and maturing past him. She is already 18, so that probably should have already happened because she's already older than
It
he is.
should
So
have happened. It should
yeah, like
have.
she's already more
But
mature
we
than he
know what
is.
kind of a person she is.
That's true. She's easily manipulated, but she also enjoys manipulating
She's
others and
also a
destroying their lives.
saltine. She's also like
That's true.
bland as shit.
She is a saltine. Like if Bella was a food, she would be a saltine cracker, and that's just all there is to it. So, but then again, if Edward was a food, he would just be dirt. So he can be the mud pies that Jacob and Bella used to make together. How's that?
That's That's a good one.
That sums up Edward pretty well. Just throw some glitter in there. Glitter mud. One of those slime things from one of those slime channels.
Oh yeah, that'd be fun.
That's
Hear
what
it
I think.
squelch and squelch.
I think in like 2 years, if we listen back to this episode and me saying that, like that's gonna really date this podcast. And then again, we made a meme reference, I think, in one of the earlier episodes, so that's fair. Like we made a very specific meme reference. I think it was the emotional trauma meme. So,
Oh yes.
but yeah, it's fine. We're millennials. We're just memes at this point. Memes and suffering and caffeine. That's all
I
there
mean,
is. That's all that's left of our generation. It's
that's
just
how we communicate now is via memes. It's basically all we do all day. Is while we're
technic-
working.
technically that's perfectly fine because in all honesty communicating through pictures was one of the original forms of communication.
Well,
So
there you go. This is moving pictures in like one thing, and it just
it's
conveys what I'm feeling exactly.
it's literally just the modern version of hieroglyphs is what it is. It's just our pictures move. So it's memes are just honestly just modern hieroglyphs. So it's your archaeological fact of the day.
Thank you, Indiana Jane.
Woo! Oh, and I don't know if this is like I've been putting these at the end of the videos after the outro music, but I figured at some point I might actually state it in case people don't listen to it that far after the outro music. But at the end of every single episode, after the outro music plays, there is a blooper in every episode, and I intend to put it at the end of every episode. So do check those out because like you thought we were weird, like just listening to us. Imagine the shit I've cut out.
Now I'm
so,
terrified.
so yeah, like definitely listen to it. I just got through editing one of them and I played it for my mom and I just like because I asked her if she wanted to listen to it because I kept having to re-edit like that part of the episode and I played it for her and she just died laughing. So yeah, every clip it's I think the longest one is like 10 seconds long, so they're not very long, but they're just weird little
Okay.
clips of us just being weird as fuck. So like weirder than what you're regularly going to listen
Like,
to.
we're
So
showing we're showing the public weird,
yeah,
but not all weird. Just
yeah,
enough weird.
that was edited out weird, but so funny. Like it didn't have like the right place in the episode, but I just moved it down a
Its
little.
right
So
place was there in the bloopers.
yep, one of them is us. Well, actually, I think it's just me screaming like a yeti. So so there's some really weird ones. I do. That is the only part of editing Twilight Part 2 that I enjoyed was the fact that the Yeti thing is at the end. So I
Oh
have
dear.
I have bloopers at the end of all of I think even episode 0 has a blooper at the end of it. So
I
I
think
think that's
yeah, I think it does.
yeah, I think it's the one where us not getting the hey y'all right.
Oh yeah.
Like 3 years.
That'll be it because my mom kept mentioning that. I'm like, yes, it took a while.
Yeah. Yep. So, and then when I went to the editing process, like that, the clip in the intro that we recorded of us saying, "Hey, y'all," is not it. We did not get that right. I
I
just
know we didn't.
fucking move the sound clips together so they overlap because I just fucking couldn't do it. So, the magic of editing made that better. So, oh, all right, y'all. Bye. See you next time.
Tune in next week for more fuckery because we have some serious questions and concerns. What? Girl, what are you doing? Like,
Such a weird movie.
she's fucking dumb as shit!
Why did we like this back then? Why did we? What was wrong